Hello everybody, my name is GeoCzee and welcome back to another episode of our Minecraft Let's Play. It's good to see you all here and still enjoying my episodes. If you can remember last episode, we got our XP grinder up and running, and I did a bit of AFKing overnight at it, and I have to say it's a modest gathering. It's not great. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but I've rerouted them into this one double chest because I thought, well, two's a bit ambitious given our production. I still need to fill that in. But what I want to get done today is a villager trading hall, because as you know, we are currently located inside a village. It's pretty obvious, but yeah, we don't really have any sort of official trading. I haven't really done any trading apart from with the blacksmith, and that's been dodgy at most. So we're going to see if we can get that done today. And what I want to do is, if we come over here, what you can see is it's very flat, or at least it's flattish. It's there's not much to do in order to get it level. And what I want to do, what I'm thinking, because the style I want to go for in this Let's Play is quite old, not older than medieval, sort of I don't know how you describe it, sort of Motte and Bailey period, rudimentary civilization beginning, I guess, maybe. But what I want to build, in fact, is a long barrow, or just a barrow at least, sort of like a hill, barrow where people used to bury their dead. It seems like an odd place to have a trading hall in, but I think it could look pretty cool given the fact that this is pretty flat, and it might give it some personality. So we'll see. I'll get going on the sort of the skeleton, and I'll catch you in a bit. So I'm quite liking how these are looking at the moment. As you can see, we've got the kind of distinctive shape here. I might make these in the middle a little bit more arched at the top, but what I want to do is maybe bring one over, arching through the middle like that. I think that might look quite good, and it is a one block center, which means it's either going to have to be one big or three big, and I think given the dimensions that might be three big, so I'm going to see how that looks, and yeah, we're going to see how that looks. So it's a bit thundery at the moment here. Weather's not too good. What about yours? Now that I've only done one strip, but because I thought, well, I'll do one and see how it looks. And I actually quite like it like this. I think it complements it well. It sort of brings it all together. Sort of makes it look like it's all being held up. And I think, yeah, if we did three, it would be too chunky. Yeah, really too chunky, and it would just look silly. And now that I do look at it like this, I think I'm thinking whether or not I should bring these two up so that it arches a bit more. But I think I'll leave it, because otherwise I don't want it to be too curved, and I don't want it to be, well, I don't really want it to be too big, because it's already pretty big as it is. So yeah, I'm gonna have the floor here dug out so that when you actually come in, then it'll be here somewhere. More lightning. You'll sort of go down, and there'll be an indent, a hole in the floor, and I'm wondering if there'll be enough space for the villagers, but I think once we do bring it over and sort of wrap the earth around it, once we get the layers on, I think there will certainly be enough space to put the villagers in the walls here. And if not, we could dig down into a sort of a catacombs, and we could have more villagers there, or some other form of, well, I'm not too sure. What does one use catacombs for apart from burying people and villager trading centres? I don't know, so I'll get to work on the on actually putting this all together, covering it over, and I will see you when I am done, and hopefully when this lightning is finished, because I keep feeling like it's going to hit me. progress update. We've covered the outside, and we just need to finish growing the grass on top of it, so that it actually looks good. But no, I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out, actually. I thought maybe it would be a bit too jagged, a bit too off, but I think it's just the right proportions. It does look a bit intrusive in the landscape, given how flat it is, and we maybe could have gone for something a little smaller, but dug down a lot more. But I think if we add a few hills, well, I say hills, a few, well, make the terrain less flat. If we do a bit of terraforming, I think maybe this will look slightly less out of place, maybe? Or maybe it's just fine the way it is. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Drop your opinion in the comments. Because personally, I'm not too sure what to do. I like the way it is here. It's a structure in the landscape, but I also think it looks this whole area looks a bit barren. So no, we don't have to add hills. We could add other things, but I'm gonna leave it here for now. And one thing I realized, we're gonna have to build the entrance at some point. One thing I realized I forgot to do was actually light the place up. So we've probably got 1 or 2 people in here waiting for us. A chicken. Well, I'll get to lighten this up, and we're going to check out a few patterns, a few designs for the flooring here, because I have a few ideas in mind, but I'm not too sure what I haven't quite decided yet. So we're going to build the entrance to this thing, and then we can get on with the flooring. So we've finished clearing out the inside of the barrow, and it's looking pretty nice. Yeah, it's looking pretty nice. Need to maybe add a bit more detail to the rafters, but all in all, I'm quite liking how it's turned out. And you might notice here that it seems kind of unsupported on the mud. That's because this is the layer on which the floor is going to be, so the indent's going to be 1 down instead of the original 2 down that I intended. Because I think 2 down, it makes it maybe a bit too spacious. Because you also want to keep a feeling of, not claustrophobia, but certainly not as spacious as it is at the moment. And I've been trialing with a few floor designs. This one I completely disliked because of the colour of the path is just horrible, and I don't think it would fit on the interior. And then I thought, well, what about sort of this sort of pattern where it's like regular stone, cobblestone, mossy cobblestone. I thought it all over the place. I think it would be a bit too saturating. So I thought, well, why not we sort of try and interject as many blocks as possible. Well, I say as many blocks, I mean as many blocks as look familiar. So andesite, cobblestone, gravel, normal stone, mossy cobblestone. I think it creates a nice sort of a nice contrast in the floor. So we're probably going to go with that design. And I just want to try. No, that's not it. I just want to try. See what it looks like if we try and interject some wood into this. If we put some wood, let's say, let's try. What would happen if we tried placing some wood in this? I think it's a bit too bright, and it seems I'm under attack. Yeah, it's looking a bit too bright. No, I think we'll just go with the all stone. I suppose we could go for a duller wood. Maybe spruce, or maybe just use the normal wood instead of turning into planks. Does wood? No, it stays the same orientation. I suppose maybe if we could change the orientation, if we could have changed the orientation, maybe it would. Hello. Maybe it would affect it, but I don't think we'll go with the wood. I think we'll stick with the non-wood, just the stone for now. And actually, what I'm gonna do, real quick, is you boys come over here. Yeah, come over here. There you go. There you go. I'm not killing you. I haven't done anything, mate. Don't go in the water, mind you. That would be very unepic if you went in the water. And you, sir, the one who's supposed to be on fire is the one not on fire. Well, now I'm being shot. Now I'm on fire. There we go. Now we can go ham. Oh, I'm being tag teamed by the skeletons. Oh, you what, mate? You just shot me with fire. Shot me through the ow. Ah, the lag. The combat lag is a problem in this game. It is certainly a problem with this edition. There we go, and now, ooh, blimey, full inventory. A singular egg. Yeah, I think we'll. There we go. Now we've got another beautiful banner. Well, I say beautiful, it's quite ugly actually, but you know, I suppose we could hang this up somewhere. Sort of have a record of how many of these dudes we've killed. How many of these dudes we've killed. See, I've already got one here. Maybe we can put the other one here. Ooh. Up there. That's more like it. So yeah, we'll put the pathway down, and then I was thinking about having a villager breeder underneath. So because it's the shape it is, incredibly long, I was thinking, well, we have the entrance on one end. Why don't we put a sort of well, at the other end, I suppose a spiral staircase for the moment, but we'll improve that when we need to get villagers out. Yeah, at the back. So all the way at the back there, we could have a sort of a spiral staircase to go all the way down, because it's the same shape as this. So you can see we do have the space for this, and it wouldn't intrude upon these sort of villager pods. As you can see, we've got 3 of them. And I was thinking of having 1 for each profession, but I was thinking, do we really need 6 professions? We're going to need farmers for golden carrots. I think it's farmers for golden carrots. We're going to need librarians for books, and not much else, I don't think. Oh, well, the occasional priest for Eyes of Ender, if we really want. But no, at the moment that's we just have 3 professions, which is good. We can have 2 for each profession: librarian, farmer, and priest. Or do we need? We can have more librarians than anything else because it's the books we need. So I'll get down to laying the floor, and I will see you in a bit. Randomizing blocks is sort of just spamming switch block and then just placing, and it gives it quite a nice random pattern. And because of the I'm quickly running out of blocks here, especially mossy cobblestone. That's a bit of a grind to get, but because of the way the blocks are coming out, you can see occasionally you have like a patch with lots of mossy cobblestone, but overall it's quite irregular, and you have a patch like this with no mossy cobblestone. It's sort of inconsistent in its inconsistencies, but it gives a nice feel. I think it gives it a nice colour. It's certainly a lot better than just the normal grey. But one of the problems that you do run into is the fact that it likes to place blocks on top, and as you probably saw when I was placing, likes to place blocks. It likes to not place blocks at all. It's because you're spamming, it doesn't quite know what block you selected when you told it to put a block down, so it kind of means you have to go in and fill the gaps at some points. But all in all, it's not a bad system. It's actually pretty good for randomizing blocks. So we are outside of our Cactus XP farm because, and it's very loud, I have finished building this monstrosity of a thing, and I am pleased to report it's a zero-tick cactus farm, and I'm pleased to report it is working as intended. It is, well, it's very trippy to look at, but it is working perfectly. It's very noisy in here because of all the dispensers and things, but as we can see, our hopper system is backing up, which is, well, it's great. It's what we want. And I've added a load more chests because I realised that this system will actually produce a lot more cactus than this silly little thing, silly little setup, which is producing not a lot. I can see about one piece of cactus down there, which is, compared to our new monstrosity, is quite dismal. So what we're going to be doing, now that we've got that, that's just going to be ticking over in the background. I'm actually going to be doing some AFKing in there, so that we can actually get our XP up, and we can enchant everything. Hopefully get mending and things. Whatever we don't get in the enchanting, we'll just get in our beautiful trading hall over there. And I've been breeding villagers, not many. I have about 4 at the moment. It's just not great, but what we do have is potatoes, which we're going to feed to the villagers, so they can make more villagers, and I can get trades, especially priests, because I really need Eyes of Ender to find a stronghold. Just to locate it, not for any kind of. I'm not getting it over my head. We haven't even gotten anywhere near end stage. We haven't even killed the Wither, and we are going to be doing this as a linear progression, because we could just speed run it to the end, speed run kill the Ender Dragon. But I mean, it doesn't really kind of kills the fun of it. I understand it's not too interesting to watch. Then again, it depends what you're into. If you like watching the whole progress thing, the whole journey, then I suppose you're in for a good time. But if you're not, if you're here for all the end game stuff that happens after the Ender Dragon and all the cool stuff you can do with Elytra and shulker boxes and the wide variety of things that opens up, then that'll be coming too. Don't worry. When we get round to the which I hope will be ready soon. I've pretty much gotten everyone ready. We just need to find a way to host the world, and then it should all be done. So I've completed all the floor, minor detail, but it did take longer than I expected. And this, quite frankly, is the most horrible breeding chamber ever. And I've never noticed this, but I always thought you had to crouch when you went in. But no, you can just walk straight through. The villagers, however, I don't think can get through, at least when it's closed, so I suppose that's a plus. Although, even though it does look absolutely insane, I mean, just look at that. But yeah, so we'll get breeding the villagers, and yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. There's a little bit of a glitch. I'm not sure if it's because it's bedrock or something, but when you leave it to run and you go away and you do something else, I think because the chunk unloads, because well, chunk unloading, the sand actually gets broken. So what I went off and I was breeding my villagers and sorting them out, and what happened, I came back and I found that all the sand had gone except for that block in the middle there. So we have the block there, block there, block there. The block in the middle was the only one that gone, and the other two would seem to have broken. And I'm not too sure why that happens, but I have to be next to it when I run this thing, so I can only AFK next to it. I can't mind my own business while it's running. I have to constantly be with it, which is a bit of a shame. But there you go. That's Minecraft for you. That's redstone. And the science of chunks. So yeah, it's somewhat annoying, just a little bit. Now some of you may be wondering, hey, that's some blingy armor you got. How'd you get that? Well, I'll let you in on a bit of a secret. It's an XP farm. Yeah, I've been doing some AFKing by the cactus XP farm, and well, I've broken it twice. And this time it seems slightly more permanent than last time, because last time the only thing that happened was yeah, as I said, the sand fell through. But this time, not only did the sand fall through, but some of the sticky pistons are gone. They just disappeared. So I think it's because the machine was running while I logged out, and that unloaded everything, and when I logged back in and it loaded everything back in, it sort of failed to load some stuff in. So it's kind of broken for the moment, and because I don't have any nearby source of slime, there's no way I can replace those sticky pistons, so that's going to have to stay slightly broken for the meanwhile. But I am thinking about, well, I'm going to do some more FKing there because, well, it's actually really useful to have. But also because I wanted to convert it to an XP farm. No, not an XP farm, a bone meal farm, that's it. And attach it to some composters, and that will produce bone meal, which we can use for various things, whatever plant-based farms we have next. But yeah, I think we could also change it to produce sugarcane. I think that's something you can do instead of having cactus. Just replace the cactus with the sugarcane. I think that's what you do. It should just be as simple as that, the way it works. But no, it works really well. It produces a vast amount. The only problem is you have to actually be there, otherwise if it unloads you get issues, which are not very helpful. But yeah, it's a pretty useful farm. So what we're actually going to be doing, I'm going to be doing a little bit of this off camera, is actually getting our villagers ready, because I was trying to breed them, oh, accidentally put them in the composter, but they weren't really breeding. They weren't producing any tiny baby villagers, and that is a problem for me, who wishes to set up a trading hall, because I need more villagers. I need more than the ones that I just have, and those 2 blocks there that are not farmed, they are annoying me. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, get a hoe, mate. Just get one, just solve it. But there's another part of my mind saying, is it worth it? And the answer is no, not really. So we're going to head over to the villager breeder, and we're going to be seeing what sort of things are happening there. I tried to set up a wool farm using sheep, of course, with the whole dropper dispenser system. You can see it over there. I think the sheep in it despawned, which no, it's still there. But as you can see, it doesn't really work because there's no grass block underneath. So I'm not too sure how you have the hopper and the grass block underneath it. But yeah, you're just chilling for the moment. The sheep do be vibing though. So yeah, we're probably just gonna have to do it manually. Just get a load of sheep in one place to start shearing. Or killing, actually. I think killing and breeding, because I need the lamb, because I'm running low on food. That was my last steak. Yeah, but I've started to put in some of these lecterns, and well, we've got a single bed, but as you can see, the beds are going to be indent into the floor. And I was thinking about a design for this place, because it looks a little bit open. What I was thinking was maybe in some of these places we could have iron fence sort of hanging down like this with lanterns attached to it, sort of the way that in old crypts, I've never been to an old crypt myself, but you often see them with sort of hanging chains and bits attached to the chains, and I was wondering if we could get some of that action in here. I think that would look pretty cool. So you're going to eat potatoes, and then you're going to produce small villagers. Please, small villagers. Yeah, you eat up, mate. How much was that? That was, I don't know, 30? That looked like 30 to me. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. They've got a bed, they've got a lectern, which I can use to trade with them. Paper. They sell me lanterns at an absolutely shocking price. If you ask me, it should be free, given the fact that they're so easy to craft. But yeah, I want to know what books they trade. So yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get that to work, and then well, we'll start putting this thing together. Read, and I don't quite know what I'm doing wrong. Almost said I don't quite know what I'm doing, and that wouldn't be half a lie either. But basically, I'm gonna have a look into that. and I found an abandoned village, so I raided all of their beds. Thank you very much for your contribution. It will be remembered, not. But I also managed to find some slime, so we can repair our cactus farm and convert it to, well, already started sort of converting it to a bone meal farm. But what I did find, and what I consider quite a gem, because I haven't seen these in the game before, are these 2 bee nests, and I managed to snag them in the dark, which means they have their bees in them. So we, in the future, will be able to set up a honey farm, which will be pretty good, pretty great. But for the moment, we just need to set up the basic farms, such as iron farm, slime farm. We need all those things because all we've got at the moment is just this over here, and it's not a lot to show. But I'll repair this and then grind out some bone meal. And see, I don't get why this happens. What is happening that is causing this? It just happened in front of me. The sand just falls out because it's extremely odd. And I don't know how, but I think it's to do with the way everything's powered. Maybe something loads in early, like here, like this, for example. Why did this happen? For some reason, the piston retracts because it's not being powered, because the redstone line is broken. But the redstone line is only broken because of the water coming through because the piston's retracted. So I don't know. I keep falling off, and it's really weird. I don't quite understand because it doesn't even seem to be whilst it's running that this happens. It just seems to be completely at random. So I don't know. It's odd, but I think we'll just have to live with it because that's just how the design is. And for some reason this repeater broke. That's not normal. Maybe that's why it broke. I'm not too sure. Either way, yeah, either way, that has been it for this episode. I hope you all like it, and if you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and if you really enjoyed it, make sure to drop a like, as it really does help the channel. And I'll see you all next time.